YouTube squad, what is up? Hope everyone's having a great day. I can't believe just how quickly 2016 has flown by, but it's been a great year. I've seen my Instagram blow up and pass 100,000 followers. I started this YouTube channel about 6 months ago, and the squad has already grown to over 12,000 strong, and I thank you all for that. Now, before we look forward to 2017, I want to drop one last video for 2016. We all have different opinions, different likes and dislikes, so you might not agree with what you're going to see, and that's okay. But here's my list for the top 16 drops of 2016, and in no particular order, let's get into it. Let's start this list off with the shoe that just released last week exclusively at Kith and released globally this morning, and that's the Ronnie Fieg Adidas Ultra Boost Mid. The pair came constructed in a mid silhouette with a multicolor upper, white heel counter, white boost mid, and a white winterized outsole. The shoe released for $220 retail and quickly became a must-have. If you struck out twice, then be ready to shell out nearly $1,000 for resale. I wasn't a big fan of this next pair, but they definitely drew some attention when they released, and I had to include them in the list. The acronym Nike Lab Air Presto collection dropped with 3 pairs, but the one pair of the pack that stood out came in a Volt in Hot Lava colorway, and it was built in a mid-cut silhouette for ankle support with added zippers and premium leather on the heel. The release date for these was September 15th, and they retailed for $200. However, if you want a pair now, resale is sitting around the $400 mark. If you take one of the year's hottest selling silhouettes and release it as a collaboration with one of the year's hottest streetwear brands, you get instant hype, and that's what happened with the Bape Adidas NMD. 2 pairs came in the pack, but I chose the NMD dressed in the classic Bape camo in a green and olive colorway. This pair released on November 26th in extremely limited quantities for $150. If you want to buy a pair now, then reach deep into your pockets because depending on your size, pairs are selling for as much as $2,000. We can't have a list in 2016 without including the Nike Kobe 11 Fade to Black. To celebrate Kobe Bryant's career, Nike released the Fade to Black collection and capped it off with the Kobe 11. The Kobe 11 was a dope silhouette, and this pair came in a simple but clean black flyknit upper with gold Nike branding, a black sole, and completing the design on the right heel was the date of Kobe's last game, 4/13/16. April 13th was the release date for this pair, and they dropped for $200 retail. Resale value today can reach as high as $975 depending on your size. 2016 was the year of the Brazil Summer Olympics, and all sneaker brands released their Olympic collections. Adidas was no exception, and they dropped their Ultra Boost Metal Pack. My favorite from the pack, and one of my favorite Ultra Boosts of the year, was the Silver Metal, and it featured a black and silver prime knit upper with a black cage, silver heel counter, white boost mid, and black outsole. The pack released on August 17th for $180 each, and resale isn't too out of control, with pairs selling for around $375. 2016 was also the year we went back to the future, and the future was self-lacing Nike mags. This was the second time Nike would release the mags, but the first time they would feature self-tying laces, keeping it true to the movie. The pairs were extremely limited, with only 89 pairs being released, and to be eligible to win a pair, all you had to do was buy a raffle ticket. Each ticket cost $10, and all proceeds of the raffle went to the Michael J. Fox Parkinson's Foundation. In total, Nike raised $6.75 million. Now, I have no idea what resale is on these because there aren't many available, and I couldn't find any for sale. However, when the winners were announced, I saw offers as high as $50,000 a pair being made. Let's go back to Ronnie Fieg, and this time we have the Ronnie Fieg Asics Salmon Toad 2.0, which released on November 28th for $250 a pair. This pair was dropped as part of Kith's 5-year anniversary, and the hype was real, selling out within minutes. The pair originally dropped on September 30th, 2011, in a limited run of 72 pairs, and it was constructed of suede in a navy blue base with the toe box in a salmon toe colorway. So when people heard they were dropping again, the hype grew, and so did resale. You could find pairs today selling for around $800. You didn't think I was going to leave Jordan Brand out of this list, did you? And the first Jordan Brand pair are the Air Jordan 4 OG White Cement. If you're a hypebeast, then you hated Jordan Brand in 2016 because they made tons of pairs and made it simple for people who wanted a shoe to cop. I couldn't be any happier, and picking up the OG White Cement 4 with Nike Air on the heel was a breeze. Unfortunately, that Nike Air on the heel did cause the shoe to retail for $220, but it's better than paying $375 resale. I couldn't decide between the Yeezy 350 version 2 Beluga or the black red pair, but since I own these, I went with them. You know, anytime Yeezy drops a shoe, it's going to be a tough cop, and the version 2s in 2016 were no exception. This pair released alongside two others on November 23rd, and each pair retailed for $220. Although resale has dipped a little on the Yeezy line, this pair will still cost you around $900 resale. One of my favorite pairs to release last year were the Air Jordan 12 OVO, which came dressed in a white leather upper with white stingray overlays and gold accenting. I still get a little sad when I see these pictures. I thought I had my pair secured, but due to some bad luck and me counting my chickens before they hatched, I never ended up with these in my collection. The pair released on October 1st, with a second release in specific markets on October 29th, and retail was $225. If you're looking to get a pair today, depending on your shoe size, it could cost you up to $1,000. I'm pissed, but I will get the black 12s next year. There's a lot I don't understand about this next pair, and one of those is why Jordan Brand gave this pair the Band nickname. But another top favorite of 2016 were the Air Jordan Retro 1 High OG Band. Dressed in the iconic black and red colorway and constructed of a full leather upper, this shoe had to be added to my collection, and it was a must for this list. The pair released on September 3rd for $160, and resale, well, I don't understand the resale either. You could pick up the 2013 Breads for around $500, or the 2016 version for around $350. Adidas made us wait a long time for the Triple Black Ultra Boost, but they did end up releasing them on December 1st for $180. This pair came in a full black prime knit upper with a black heel counter, black cage, and it was the first Ultra Boost to feature a full black boost midsole. Very clean and slick shoe, but resale has taken a nosedive on these. At one point, resale had climbed over $700, but if you're looking for a pair today, you can find them around the $400 to $450 mark. We have one last shoe from Ronnie Fieg in Asics on this list, and they are the Ronnie Fieg Asics Gel Light 3 Super Green. The pair was a bit of a unicorn for Asics collectors, as it originally released in 2013. The release was limited to 300 units, and all pairs were given to Soul for Souls to raise funding for victims of the Haiti disasters. So when Ronnie announced the pair would be making a release to the public, ears perked up. This time pairs were limited to 700 units, and they dropped on May 21st for $250. Resell on these, and depending on your size, got as high as $1,200 a pair. With the Air Jordan 3 being my favorite silhouette from Jordan Brand, nobody should be surprised to see the Air Jordan 3 True Blue on my list. In 2016, the pair released in true to OG form and featured an all-white tumble leather upper with the iconic elephant print paneling, a true blue mid and sock liner, true blue and fire red eyelets, and fire red lining behind the tongue. Of course, the pair also featured Nike Air on the heel, which meant that they would release for $220 on November 25th. There's a lot of discussion on why pairs with Nike Air on the heel cost extra, and although I can't confirm this, I believe the reason is behind licensing. Jordan Brand is owned by Nike, but it's run as a separate unit within the company, which means they don't actually own Nike trademarks. So I believe, and I could be wrong, that whenever Jordan Brand wants to use a Nike trademark like Nike Air, they pay a licensing fee back to Nike. Now that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Pharrell is a unique dude. He's one of the best music producers of our time, and he could add designer to his resume. The Pharrell Adidas NMD Human Race was built from the NMD, and it features a bright yellow prime knit upper with the words Human and Race stitched in black on each shoe. Unique to the Pharrell collection, this NMD had a specially designed lacing system, and it all sat on a white boost mid. The first pair released on July 22nd for $240 retail, which it is high for an NMD, but it's a steal when you compare it to the resale, which can be as high as $1,500. And last up, and it's another one of my favorites on the list, are the Air Jordan 12 Wings. I can still remember when I first posted leaks of this pair on Instagram, featuring a black leather upper, white mudguard overlays, and gold accenting. It was a clean, dope shoe, almost a reverse taxi colorway, and some people liked them, and some said it was a pass. And then, well, all shit broke loose, and the hype beasts were awoken when we saw the official release pics from Nike, and it was revealed that beneath the black leather were gold wings, which would display once the top layer of paint was removed. I would say my chances went from 50-50 to 0 real quick. The shoe was limited to 12,000 pairs, and it went on sale via the draw on the sneakers app on April 2nd for $225, and I struck out. If you want to pay resale, then hit the bank machine or reach into your sneaker box and take out about $900 because that's what they could cost. And that does it for today's video, but before we go, I want to wish the squad a safe and happy New Year's Eve, and all the best in 2017. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below, and I'm out.